Are you listening? Damn. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Another episode of Trash Talk. I'm Damian Hill. Tonight we are joined by Josh Fleck, who's getting ready to fight November 9th out in Mason City, Iowa, I believe is the city.
Correct.
Okay, good. I'm glad I got that right. And TJ was unable to join us tonight. He's being a little bitch, not my bitch, his son's bitch. His son was all like, "No, Dad, you got to take me trick or treating." So that's what he's doing right now. Trash Talk is brought to you again by Valhalla Combat Sports Incorporated, Ink Shrinks Tattoo out in New Brighton, Minnesota, and Mile High CBD Buds. How you doing tonight, Josh?
Doing fantastic. Yourself?
I'm doing good. A little bit better now that we got what we talked about off camera a little situated. I feel a little bit better now, more cheerful, So thank you for that. I really appreciate it. And honestly, that's the feeling I get every time I hear that you're about to fight, and you're an undefeated fighter going against, you've always faced tougher and tougher opponents each time. This time you're going against a former champion himself. He might actually be the current champion for another promotion. I'm not actually sure on that, but going against tough competition, 7-1, 6'1", beast mode. What's it, the Crips Keepers? How are you feeling going into this fight, and especially knowing that you've always stayed on track, facing tough competition?
Feeling excited. Like, I always get a little nervous, but not too much. Once that cage door closes, though, I'm just a different person. Like, you can see in my pictures, like, I just smile. Let's go.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the things that I've always liked about you, and what made me a fan too is you're so comfortable inside that cage. And it's not even just you're like comfortable throwing punches or comfortable wrestling. I mean, we see all that, but like you said, you're in there smiling, just getting ready, maybe even wave to somebody who shouts out your name, and just you're comfortable all the time. Where do you get that from? Do you think that that's just like childhood growing up, training, or is it just how Josh Fleck handles almost everything?
I think I get from training because, like, I'm a really anxious person. Like, outside, like, I'm completely different in there than I am outside. Outside, I'm just like P's and Q's and just like, hi, how are you doing? Stuff like that. But in there, it's like, I like to think it's my cage, like my fucking show. Let's go.
Dude, hell yeah, dude. Like that's one of the things like I really love too is anytime a fighter starts to feel that, or like even starts to like bang on their thighs and tries to get the crowd going, or even just like look super relaxed, just like this is any signs of like showing that this cage is mine, I own this motherfucker, you're in my house. And I don't know what it was like for you growing up, but most of the people that I knew, you don't never disrespect a grown man in their own fucking house. You're going to pay the fucking consequences, and I think you've kept, I mean, I don't know if that's the way you see it, but I think that you've kept that alive in a lot of your fights. Now, what is going through your mind when you're in the cage? I mean, you're relaxed, you're comfortable, but what is there anything going through your mind at that time?
I always try to think of the finish. Like, how am I going to get it? Like, I'll go in there with the game plan, but obviously that doesn't always like play out how it's supposed to. So it's like, all right, what are they doing now? Like, I'm always analyzing, like, all right, this is working, this isn't working. And then can I get to the ground if I have to? Then what do I do from there? Like, I never like look for one certain submission. I'm like, all right, what can I do from here? Can I set up? No. Can I transition? Yes. And I just keep on doing that until I'm in a down position and can win the fight usually.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, once you get into the groove of just already training or having your mind ready to act and react, and then when it starts to happen in there, it already goes down. You're reacting to everything that they do, and you have an action that's going to either counter their action and things like that, dude. And oh man, I keep saying it, 4-0, and a very impressive 4-0 too. Like, you've looked dominant and more impressive in each fight as you've gone along. What has training camp been like going into this fight, and can we expect anything new or different? I mean, we always see an improvement, but is there anything special you've been working on for this fight?
Well, what was it? There was a jiu-jitsu tournament I did earlier this month. It was the Twin Cities Open. And
Yep.
Coach Gron and I were just working on passes and like subs from there, and I picked up a few things that I'm looking to bring into this fight. And I've been working with the Thai team too that we have, the Diversity team under the academy. So really looking forward to show the skills I've learned.
Hell yeah. Now, when you said the guard passes, are you looking to pass the guard and actually go for the submission if it's there? Or because I was one of those people, I had opportunities to submit people sometimes, and I'm hard headed. I like to punch people in the face. Is that anything that you dealing with when you get to a dominant position? Do you just want to punch him instead of going for the submission, or are you how do you see this fight playing out if those guard passes play a factor in the fight? Yeah, that sounded right. That sounded good.
It's all right. Well, I'm a wrestler by nature, so it's very common. I don't mind guard, but
Yeah.
I won't mind, like, I'd rather be in half guard, in all honesty. But
Yeah.
I'm really not too worried about. Probably not many guards I'm worried about. It's like, was it Brandon Bergeron's under our academy, and oh god, that's a night. But other than that, I'm not too worried in MMA about guard because
You train with a lot of motherfuckers who have guards.
They're fucking black belts. It's black, brown, purple. They're all just whooping my ass, and I'm trying to do my best.
Dude, yeah. Okay, so Peter the Cripst keeper is your opponent. Do you know about his specialties at all? Do you think that his jiu-jitsu or his ground game at all is to the level of your competition that you faced, or even training partners?
Well, skills I know he has a very heavy right hand.
Yeah.
Dropped, I think he has 4 knockouts with that right hand of his. So I'm gonna be looking forward to seeing what I can do against that. But ground game wise, I saw he won a couple tournaments like over in Wisconsin. But I think I've just trained with such higher level people that I'm confident in my ground game.
Yeah. What do you think that that he's going to try to bring to you? I mean, you just said that big right hand, 4 knockouts, 4 of his 7 wins by 4 of his 7 wins by knockout. Yeah. And what do you think that he's going to try to bring to you? Do you think that that's the only thing that he's going to try to bring, or do you think that he's one of those guys that doesn't just rely on that big right hand? He just always is able to capitalize on it.
I'd be disrespecting if I think I said he's just going to rely on that big right hand. I know he's a very diverse striker, so I need to watch out for every tool. But I think he's going to bring a lot of counter wrestling because eventually, 6'4", we're probably going to end up looking for a takedown eventually.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to watch out for his counter wrestling. I know he got Ty Lawrence. He's a pretty good wrestler, and he caught him with a guillotine. So
yeah,
he was 4-0. So I'm going to make sure I don't fall into that same trap. But other than that, counter wrestling, I need to watch out for him, I think. And just his strikes in general, because I know he has some kicks, too. I've seen him use them, so.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, that's always a good mindset to have, too, not underestimating your opponent and being ready for anything. And then also giving acknowledgement to the things that they had. I don't know if you've seen one of the videos that me and TJ had posted. We were talking about guys who talk crap before their fights, trash talk their opponents leading up to the fight. They always say how they suck or how they're bad, and it's like, well, then let's say you struggle to get the takedown when you said his wrestling sucks, or something like that. Or they surprise you and just give you something, I mean, it's good to know that you're not underestimating anything, and then also can pay acknowledgement to the fact that he did submit a high-level wrestler before, and I mean, dude, I try not to be biased in a lot of these interviews, but I can't even hide it. Like, I'm a fan of yours. I'm a fan of almost everybody we interview. Like, I love the local scene, and I love the fighters here, and it's just been really exciting to see you grow as a fighter. And man, I can't wait to see what you do November 9th. And before we start to wrap this up, is there any teammates or sponsors you'd like to shout out before we wrap it up like I just said? Wow, I'm an idiot.
It's all right. John Castaneda, Troy Jones, Tom Jenkins, Anthony Kromvig, and I feel bad. Like Caitlin Young. It's a plethora. There's so many of them.
Yeah.
But all my teammates and coaches, because I would not be this good without them. Like a year ago, I didn't have any striking. Now it's like I'm doing Thai fights. I'm doing all this other stuff. I'm hanging with them a little bit better and better, more and more.
Oh yeah. Well, that's what I liked about your last fight that I saw is that when you opened up with kicks to the head, you know, you're open, dude. You're experimenting a little bit, having some more fun. Like I fucking love it, dude. I love the energy that you bring, and I love the skills that you bring, and I love seeing all the improvements that you make throughout your career. And I can't wait to see what you do November 9th. This is going to be a good one. Fans tuning in, please like and subscribe to Trash Talk with Damian and TJ. Josh, I really appreciate you for being on, and thank you for working with us so much. And oh man, anytime you have a fight coming up, don't hesitate to reach out.
No problem. I'll let you know next one.
Are you listening? Damn.